You have a beautiful smile, a lovely head, and what an attitude. So, I'm sure there will be lots of moments where you had love in the air. Tell us that cloud nine moment when your love in the air was at the peak.
The love in the air, a long time ago. And should I tell you really? It was many times, not once. Every time I fall in love, or believed I am in love, or wanted to marry yet again, I was in love. The last time I married, I was 55 years old, not so young, and I told myself, he is the one. He is my soulmate. He is the one who was due to be with me. And it was for a moment, for a few months, for a few years, until he retired and I was still working. And then he began to do internet and connected with other women while I was working. And so the wonderful moment slowly degraded again. But the beginning is always wonderful. We think that we are in air, we think we will leave everything, but the big love which we feel, and we feel loved, that is very important. Alas, it never lasted more than 15 years for me in my life. But twice 15 is not too bad. So, yes, I felt the love every time I met someone and begin to believe they loved me. It was a very difficult time for me. I was supposed to finish soon my PhD, and suddenly I found out that my husband is doing have plans for the future with an 18-year-old woman from Romania. So I decided to divorce, not to wait. And then he told me, Julie, if you divorce me, your life as woman is finished. I was at the time 40-year-old. And I lost my job. At the same time, I had 2 children, and I did not know what the future will be. My best friend, 20 years older than me, was also my mentor. And she told me, you will find something, you will see. Don't despair. And he wrote a letter to my father, who was angry with me, and he invited me to go to his place. I went to my father and his wife, second wife, a very bad woman, tried to make me quarrel with my father. And I told her, I don't find anyone. I am alone now 2 years and no one looking at me. She told me, Julie, you know what? Cut your nose. make it smaller, and the man will like you better. And I told, yeah, why not? I don't have much time now here. I will call. When my father heard that I want to change my nose, she told me, I will disinherit you. No way you change your face. And I told him, I am now adult. You cannot tell me what I do. And went away in the evening crying to my aunt, who was not very far away. My aunt see me crying and they gave me a wonderful dinner. She and her friend. She was 70 years old and she was lucky when he lost her husband. She found a wonderful man who fell in love with her. And he was the one who made the dinner. And he was the one who became finally my best mentor. After the dinner, he asked me, Julie, why do you cry? No one wants to look at me. My husband's ex was right. And my father resents that I want to cut a little bit my nose. So I have a little bit shorter nose. You see here, it is too long. He looked at me and he told me, Julie, the nose goes wonderfully with your character. Don't cut it. But, you know, you tell me no one looks at you. Do you look at others? Do you look at men? I have to look at men? Yes, he told me. Look and then look away. And let them come to fight for you. You will see, you will find many men. No problem. They like to fight and think they are the one who chosen. And then I finished my PhD and went to America. And in America, I went to Toastmaster because I heard there are many men there. So, unhappily in Toastmaster, I didn't find any men, but I find my voice and I learned to listen. And I went to different meetings and looked, and then looked away. And I have to tell you that in America, I proved my husband wrong. And I proved, and I proved, and I proved. Until I learned everything I didn't like. And finally, when I went back to France, 3 years later, I want again. At 55, someone else. And my nose is still the one who had been from the birth. I didn't have to cut it to find someone. And I will show you now the picture, how I am now with my nose. Thank you.
Julie, thank you very much. Indeed, it's very interesting kind of something like a walking down the old memory lane. It's very interesting, and I'm sure many of these ladies over here also learning from your experiences. And I'm sure next time in future, maybe your luck it will be much more better. All right, thank you. That's all to you.
Thank you,
3
Mr.
minutes.
Toastmaster.
For 3 minutes for evaluation.
Okay. Julie, you shouldn't be the one who should thank the audience for listening to you. We should be thanking you for your wonderful speech. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed it. You definitely met the subject of your project. You were telling about your friend who was your mentor, and you were her protégée. And also you used some elements of... Can you hear? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was sorry to hear that you went through some unpleasant moment of your life, like divorce. But I'm glad that you found the way to find yourself in Toastmasters. And I really love that you use this humor that you didn't find men. It was a good use of humor. So you are a master of delivery. And I'm so glad to be learning from you today. I like that you are standing, and it was lots of use of gestures. Especially I loved your facial expression, your eye contact, and your voice was clear, and pace, as always, was good enough to follow you, and it was easy to understand. So in the summary, I want to say that you did a great job, and I'm so looking forward to hear your next speech. Back to you.